Yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting. I'm anxious to see what the Padres are going to be able to do. I mean, they've got significant issues going. They got to figure out what they're doing with Profar. I don't think they can afford to pay him 12 to 16 million dollars a year. Higashioka, who made 2.18 a year ago, got a nice 2 year deal for over $15 million from the Rangers, and he's a backup 220 hitting catcher. He had a career year, 17 home runs, but him and Profar, they both had what you'd call career years. One guy's 32, the other guy's 35. I don't think you can bank on that again. And then the Padres also have to figure out what they're doing in their starting rotation with Musgrove being out the entire year. Plus, they've got Arise, Michael King, and Dylan Cease all going to be pending free agents after this year.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, looking at it from my vantage point, I love when the Padres are good or another team of the NL West is good. I just think it's good for the sport. It's for those of us that are out at the ballpark all the time, it obviously every time you have a series like that, it brings extra excitement, even if it's like in June or whatever. So as somebody who wants to see the Padres competitive, and for somebody who wants to see this rivalry be what it can be, yeah, you really want to see Profar on that Padres team, right? Just what he brings from like a personality standpoint, because the Dodgers, it's kind of right. Their star players are relatively quiet guys, almost borderline boring, and the Padres just had so much personality, and the contrast is what made that fun, and the whole thing that Profar had, robbing the Mookie Betts of that home run in that playoff game and kind of playing it off. I thought that was fantastic, so from my standpoint, I really want to see Profar, but I agree with you, right? And that's probably realistically right now. Major League Baseball, obviously, after the Bally's thing happened, right, had to help the Padres cover their payroll. Like, my guess is that there was some kind of unspoken agreement here, like, hey, you guys need to start pulling back your spending, right? I mean, that's what the commissioner is there for. The commissioner, let's not forget, is hired by the owners, right? And most owners do not want to spend money. The reason all these rules are in place right now regarding finances is because owners do not want to spend money, and so yeah, I think it's going to be tough from that standpoint to maybe bring them back. And the Padres are realistically probably at this point where you talked about these guys having career years, is finding that bargain, right? That finding that guy who's going to come here on a 1 or 2 year deal that you think has been underperforming and who might kind of being in this Padre environment. Find a way to kind of unlock something that's going to help him get his next deal. Now, that is hard to do on a year-to-year basis, right? Is to kind of hit on all those types of marginal free agents. The Angels have been trying for years. That's been what they've been attempting to do, right? They keep getting these guys. Yeah, they've tried, right? I mean, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And a couple of years ago, I remember I thought they had like a pretty good year doing that. Where like half of their guys hit, maybe a little bit more than half of those guys hit, and it still wasn't good enough, right? So that's a tough way to operate. Now, the Padres do have some leeway in the sense that they have guys in Tatis and Machado that you can really build around, right? And they do have good starting pitching, like you said. They're going to have to address that long term. But as far as kind of winning now, which I think is what they have to really focus on, right? They have a window right now, and obviously for the Padres, these windows, it's not like the Dodgers where the windows kind of constantly open. This is a window that they have that might not open up again, so they have to. The way I kind of look at it is they got to push in this year and really kind of go for it. Because I've been talking to people in baseball. Some people still say, hey, you know what? I still think the Padres are better than the Dodgers, even after the Snell thing, right? And I think that's a completely reasonable argument to make, right? I mean, at this moment, Teoscar Hernandez is not a Dodger, and I know you kind of look at those top 3 guys in the lineup and go, man, like, how do you get around that? But at this moment, you can get through the rest of the lineup, right? And so, I just kind of think if you're the Padres right now, you got to go as much as maybe the league will let you.